just let's go. Let's just show you guys this. So, and of course, at the same time, we want to show it to you guys at Gamescom, and at PAX. And speaking of Gamescom, I want to show you guys a quick segment of what's been going on while we've been there in Cologne.
Hey Summoners, it's Average Gatsby, and we're here in Cologne, Germany for Gamescom 2011. You can feel the excitement here in the Riot Games booth as fans get their hands on League of Legends Dominion for the first time.
I feel like it could be a really solid addition to the League of Legends franchise. Really fast-paced, and it's really... it feels like right away you just get right into the game,
What do you think about playing Team Riot?
It was pretty intense. They were actually pretty good. They were pretty good.
Oh, Dominion was really fun, really fast-paced as they promised, and they really delivered. Depending on how well it does competitively, like the competitive team for Dominion, we'll definitely pick it up as a team.
What do you think about playing against the Riot team?
It was really fun. We had no idea what the hell we were doing.
Amir, what do you think about playing pros on League of Legends Dominion?
Well, first of all, I thought we were going to do really well because we've been playing it a lot. And the game kicked off and it went really well, and we all got psyched up, hands in the middle, shine Riot, game kicks off, and we did well for 30 seconds.
The reaction to League of Legends Dominion has been incredible, and we couldn't be more excited to share it with the people here at Gamescom. We'll have more action from Germany coming up this week. For now, I'm Average Gatsby. We'll send it back to Los Angeles.
League of Legends Dominion is the largest update ever. So we wanted to create a new game mode for League of Legends, and specifically capture and hold, because the capture and hold mechanics add a lot of really cool elements that don't exist in Summoner's Rift. Veteran League of Legends players will really love Dominion because it really boils down the best elements of the game they already know and love into a short and intense 20-minute gameplay session.
There's 5 capture points on the map, and they all start in a neutral state. So it's kind of a race at the beginning for players to establish a strong foothold early in the match. Throughout the game, players are constantly switching between capturing points, trying to overtake them, as well as defending points that are being assaulted.
There's more combat, it's more intense. Games are a lot shorter. They can go from 10 to 20 minutes. And you also progress your character a lot quicker. So people are getting Infinity Edges, Last Whispers, things like that, 10, 15 minutes in. We really tried to create as much drama and excitement and back and forth as we possibly could. Death timers are far lower than Summoner's Rift. The rate at which you're killing opponents and being killed is much quicker. It's just a much more frantic pace. For experienced players, there's a whole new layer of teamwork to master in terms of how you can fake an attack on a point, or how you can group up to take a point, how you can group up to defend. While Summoner's Rift requires exceptional teamwork to win, I think it only requires it at certain key points of the game. Whereas in Dominion, I think that great teamwork is rewarding all the time.
Dominion is fast and Dominion is fun. The game is focused around small skirmish team fights. So 1v1, 2v2, 2v3 if you're unlucky. Each game is about 20 minutes in length on average. And we really feel that it just captures a lot of the awesome parts of classic League of Legends without some of the slower parts. The game's never really over until the very last second. It's always possible to come back in Dominion, and so there's no feeling of inevitable loss.
We've also included a new feature in Dominion that we first revealed in Battle Training, which is the idea of quests. These quests will appear over the course of the game and basically incentivize you to perform particular actions on the map. For instance, maybe you receive a quest that says, hey, control the bottom 2 points and you'll get a large reward. These sort of quests then break up the flow and change things from what the standard approach may be at the given time.
Dominion is a great example of how League of Legends will continue to push our genre forward. We put a huge amount of resources behind Dominion. This is a project that has been massive in scope, that's involved artists, engineers, designers. It's a massive effort with dozens and dozens of people that have been spending months working on this fantastic update. It creates this really interesting mechanism that has the whole Riot staff totally addicted to it and wanting to play it constantly. We think our players will really enjoy it as well.
Everybody, welcome to the League of Legends Dominion live stream. We have about an hour left in this guy. We've been going for 2. Of course, that adds up to a total of 3 hours. We'll be back again on Saturday and Sunday. Math is hard. Ezreal's making fun of me now. And speaking of dudes making fun of me in the room, of course, we are in a room with 10 Rioters who have, to varying degrees, worked on Dominion, so we'd like to introduce them to you. And the first guy we're going to have here, Jay Watford, sound designer. The music is awesome in this game. You have him to thank for making a lot of that happen. In the game, he is sound guy 1217, and of course, he's the first person over there on Purple Team. Moving on over 1, in the game is Baron Nasher. On the forums is Asymptote, Naomi. Here we go. And then over there, one more, we got Albert, and he is in this game is Chairman Meow. Doesn't post though, he probably should. I'm guilt-tripping you on stream right now that you should be on the forums more. You should be doing that. Over one more, Fruit Strike, George, G Scleras, up in the game. They're all wearing the same icon, which makes me sad. But big Blitzcrank fan, and was LeBlanc last game, did a lot of cool stuff. Over one more is Ezreal Colt. He is in game as Colt Hallam. In fact, made Ezreal. Shocking, I know, but yes, did
and
in fact
Vladimir
happen.
shakes fist.
And Vladimir's sad face.
Shakes fist.
All right, that is Sam. He is in game as Acidoan. He was the legendary Lee Sin a while ago. Over one more, we have Cam, who is a UI designer. He is in game as I'm looking for Booerns. There we go. That's the screen name. So the cool post game screen, things like that. Have him to thank. Over one more, low poly count Joel. Flash developer, I'm pretty sure I got that right. I could be stupid and get that wrong, but he nodded, so he's telling me at least that I was correct. So that guy, he's in his low poly count. Over one more, Isfire, Siang, one of the designers on Dominion. Yeah, the word we've been saying all day that I'm not remembering properly. Awesome, I'm smart. And over here we have Mark on Mark. That's a hard, yeah. So there we go. So I've now introduced the room in a probably very terrible fashion. And of course, this here, introducing the room fully, I am Freak, and you are Remington the Third. Hello. Wow.
Hello.
You get it different every time.
I know.
Before it was a salute. Now it's like the rolling your hands over something.
There's more to come.
There's interesting. Nice. I guess, yeah.
Indeed.
Cool. So, and we are, of course, bringing you guys live games of Dominion. We're going to have another 2 more on the day. This one and, of course, the next one. That's how that works. Yeah, I know, right? I'm good at saying superfluous information. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, you know, the players are in the game. We actually have started into Champion Select right now. We're doing blind pick this time around, so just going to churn through the champions real fast, lock in what they wanted to play. We were doing draft the rest of the games, but it's time for a new little setup right here. And so, actually, the cool thing is it's also blind to us. So we're going to see when the champion select screen ends and we go into the load screen, we're going to have some awesome new stuff going on. So, but it's top of the hour, so we want to introduce you guys. If you have not been on the stream for the 2 hours, and it's likely you haven't, what is Dominion? What's going on?
Yeah,
give us the rundown.
All right, so Dominion is an absolutely entirely new game. It's League of Legends Dominion. It's not in a League of Legends Summoner Rift Dominion. Dominion is Dominion. It is self. It's the biggest update to, or it's the biggest game that League of Legends has released besides Summoner's Rift. Dominion
besides League of Legends.
Yes, besides League of Legends. Well, it's an entirely different MOBA genre game. It's the capture and hold. It's not turret defense. It's not this. You don't have to capture one to get the other. You can go straight around, new strategies, new styles of play, new builds, new items, speed shrines, health relics around the map, new types of bots, no jungling, lots of ways to break vision in the map, a lot of different playstyles for characters for speed, flashes, Ezreal's type of arcane shift, LeBlanc's kind of shifting, all that type of stuff, long-range attacks to defend and capture, beefy characters like Mordekaiser, Nasus, Renekton, to play games in lane sustain and be able to take points, capture points, and be able to duke it out while you're capturing. And there's also items that helps you capture faster. We see those a lot on Rammus. Those items become huge because of, like I said before, speed. You got characters like Sona, Nunu, Blood Boil, and her abilities. There's just so many things you can combine together, and ultimately, you, the community, is going to come up with the best ones.
That's true. That's true. I mean, right now we do have the world's best Dominion players because they've been actually playing it, unlike you guys, but soon. Or right now at Dominion, or wow, fail. Gamescom, that's the one.
Yeah.
Or at PAX, or when it releases in the near future. We are now, though, into the champions. We are in the load screen. We have quite the interesting lineups, actually. So, blue team left-hand side, which we introduced second, those guys. So, Isfire on Evelynn, Mark on Renekton, low poly count on Sivir, Sam Doan on Skarner, and Buurns on Maokai. So we've got three sort of big, sort of beefy fighter dudes. We've got a bit of haste and AoE, and actually really good pushing on Sivir. And you've got the Evelynn roaming around playing a ganker type role and going to be sort of making kills happen as though they didn't already happen, but picking off enemies in a real convincing fashion.
The first time we'll see Skarner on Summoner's Rift on the Crystal Scar. That is the name of this map, if you have not seen it before. It has 5 capture points. They are all around the map. The one at the top is equidistant from both fountains, as we have said before. And it's one that really is a big advantage to your team if you can hold. As it is equidistance, it is also the farthest. Besides the fact that the points are on the other side of the map on your opposing team's side. That windmill is the one that you really go for in the beginning. And I said there was one person absolutely going there before. We've seen a huge team fight coming out. And you start at level 3. So everybody's going to be able to either go for their full spell reel besides ultimate, or go for QE, a one skill wonder, and then buff something or hit up something else. It's really a different game right off the bat. You start with 1,375 gold. A lot of people you're going to be seeing getting boots, tier 1 or straight off boots and mobility to make them get themselves around the map. You can see new prospector items are pretty much, as Freak has said before, just a double Doran's item. It kind of doubly buffs what you get before. The prospector's blade they have 20 damage, 5% health steal, gives you a little bit more damage, and unique passive increases your health by 200, and it does not stack as unique passives do not as well on Dominion.
Yep, so there we go. Teemo going to be the one to run towards the bottom, right towards the building. Going to capture that for his team. Going to be facing off against Sivir. We keep seeing these 1v1s at bottom, but that is not the only way to play. They've been using these strategies, but realistically, you can do a lot of different kinds of things. Duo bot's really strong, especially if you can hold off the top middle. But here comes the team fight in the middle of the map. Yorick and Skarner going toe-to-toe right away, and actually Yorick coming rather far ahead on that one. Skarner trying to run away now, using that crystal and exoskeleton and getting away. Maokai now in the center of 3 guys. It's not going to be the happiness. Trying to stay alive. There we go. Finally, Renekton coming by into this fight. And actually, we saw Evelynn was going for ninja capping, but Wukong actually going to be stopping her for that one. So it's 3v3. What's going on? Yorick still putting out the damage, running low on mana. Skarner, will he live? No, that's going to be first blood picked up. And that's going to be a double kill for Yorick, picking up Maokai as well. And now it's only one dude left. Mark, in fact, going to drop. That will be a kill. Soraka getting the credit there.
Great job. And that fight started without Malphite. He was the one to capture the entire windmill point by himself as the team was fighting. They understood that they needed to work that in such a strategy where they, were gaining advantage while playing an awesome amount of defense. And as soon as Malphite got into that fight, a great job by Fruit Strike using Yorick to get those kills down.
Yep, Sivir has fallen to Wukong at the bottom of the map. He's going to keep that point alive. Yorick trying to ninja cap bottom left, but there comes Evelynn in the back, but taking so much damage He's gonna live, but
wow.
Yeah, I mean, he held off long enough to have Renekton show up and push off York, so that went out pretty well. But it's always a little bit scary. We see Soraka push through up to the top. We got actually a 2v2 coming up here as Maokai and Malphite are coming by. Skarner is capturing, but here comes that Malphite, and it's gonna be a little bit of a fight there.
Yeah, twisted advance on Soraka kind of stops her into the fight to give healing to Malphite, but it looks like they will go back around the outside into the fog of war for themselves. Obviously, we can see this. Coming around the corner, that's going to give Maokai a good chance to just throw some saplings and stay out of the fight. Let Skarner take some damage with that shield, but that heal from Soraka is just too much. And there's actually, I think we should talk about the aura that's actually on the map.
Yeah, so on Crystal Scar, actually, that's a good point. There's a passive aura that affects everyone in the game and gives them a couple of cool treats. So everyone has bonus mana regeneration because, again, you want to be constantly fighting, constantly tossing out spells. You figure, hey, why don't we give you enough mana to constantly spam so that you're not like, oh, only Kennen is the viable mage. So everyone pretty much toss out spells, fighters, everyone else. You don't necessarily have to itemize mana regeneration. Now, you can spam enough to get out of mana. Certainly that's happened a couple times here. But generally speaking, yeah, you sort of are much more able to cast your spells. Again, it's all about being more fast-paced. Everyone gets bonus armor and magic penetration as well. Generally speaking, it's really easy to get really tanky really fast. And then, if all players build mad tank and no one builds damage, no one dies. So you get a bit of some free armor and magic penetration percentage. Just do a little bit against that anti-tank stuff right there. Keep that balanced out into high offense play. Additionally, everyone gets passively gold and experience over time just for existing, so everyone's going to get nice and beefy regardless of if you're playing poorly or playing well. You'll have a nice amount of gold. And of course, getting kills and capturing points will give you more gold. You can certainly have a differential there.
Right.
You can get upwards of 4,000 gold ahead if you play it right, but everyone's going to have 10,000 gold builds by the end of the game, things like that. Make sure everyone has that fun experience of running in and fighting and not worrying about, oh, do I have to last hit this minion real quick? That's not the gameplay we're promoting here.
Right. And it seems like a pretty good attack here by Yorick. Skarner about to join the fight. Sam comes in and tries to go for the wall shot, but he does miss. Looks like Wukong is able to make it out alive, and Cole is going to go ahead and be home. They are going to get a good fight here. Soraka with the burst heal, just able to keep Yorick alive as well as his sustaining abilities. And he's going to go ahead and try and get this. We do see the rings around the capture point. That is the objective for them, and it needs to be defended by the blue team. If this is taken by red, their quest is also taken away because they got the blue's quest. And that is the way it has to happen. If you can get yours before the enemy team, theirs disappears, and you get a little bit of a buff advantage, the 10% attack damage buff, and you take about 20 off of their Nexus. So it's a good amount of damage, and it's a great burst to turn the tide of the game. We're going to have to see Yorick getting some damage here. It's going to be same health Teemo and Yorick, and they are going to be able to slow him down a little bit with Yorick's abilities. Just an overall great character, great utility that comes with him, and he's a really good character on Summoner's Rift as well. Now, as you saw, they walked away from this point. You can't recap your own point. You have to let that come back into play. So Yorick cannot help that point get back health, and he is going to help his teammate get a kill there, however, and go B on Skarner.
Yeah, to reiterate on that point, there's three states of a capture point. So right there you can see it's neutralized. It is gray. You can tell by the turret right there that the crystal is gray, so no one owns that point. But you can have it, of course, controlled by the enemy team or by the allied team for red and purple. That's fine. So if it's still yours, right, you can't refill this bar. If your opponent neutralizes it, then you can capture it back to full. So you can always capture a neutral point, even if it's quote unquote yours. You can't like refill your own bar. If it is your point, you have to let that progress stick around basically. So you can see that Wukong though pushing down the bottom point for this capture point right here has neutralized it. So it's again a great point. Will not defend against anyone. And again, Sivir and Renekton trying to fight, but it's a 2v3. It's going to be very, very dangerous for them. You can see Sivir taking a ton of damage. Skarner coming in from the back as well. Now Renekton taking even further damage, but looks like Skarner jumping on some guys, trying to keep this point alive for themselves, but taking a lot of damage from Wukong. And again, they're going for it again. So if they capture this point, it'll be, and you see this one got neutralized as well. Purple team going to grab both these points, though, and they're going to win this quest.
Yeah, that's great for them. We'll watch the blue team's Nexus take a hit here. And it's down to 299 from 319, so you can see that's a huge hit for them. They're now down more than 100 points from Purple. A great job right now. Purple just playing great defense and offense, because that's what you need stellar offense and defense at the same time on Crystal Scar to really get those points in your favor. They have a good amount of points as well. They don't have the top windmill, and that's not too bad right now because they have 1, 2, 3 that kind of crest their side of the map and just the bottom half of Blue's. And that's really easy access for the entire team to just keep sweeping back that half circle back and forth to capture points with that one shrine for speed on the bottom.
Nice. Scar doing a good job capturing, or at least opening up the route for that bottom left point, that quarry. Getting defended by York, but he popped his ult, pulled him off the point, got the kill for he could return back into range, and that did give him the ability to pretty much pick that one up. Wow, Wukong, though, making the escape, has picked up that little health relic as well, so he's going to be in good shape. But Blue Team, they've been controlling Windmill, and as long as they, had this point under their control down here in the quarry, yeah, now they're going to start winning in points. They're down 279 to 404, but they're going to start winning over time. And there's the Garrison being used to keep that point healthy, do some more damage. And you see Evelyn is still chasing on through. Wukong picks up that kill onto Skarner just barely, and is now captured again onto this quarry point.
Yeah, he's doing a really great job. This is kind of what Fruit Strike was doing last time with Casted on the Refinery, which is just a point above Colt right now on Wukong. He's going to be able to neutralize that, and he just keeps going back and forth. They think he's gone, and you want to go to a different point. You want to assist your team, but a very patient Colt able to grab a point for himself and continue that offensive structure for his team.
Yeah, you can see Teemo taking a lot of damage right there. The Ignite stops ticking, though, and Teemo actually survives. Evelyn will, in fact, fall. Mark going for the damage up, but will neutralize that point just barely. The minions, of course, do help. And he jumps onto a mushroom, so it's going to be a pretty dead Renekton. Well, a reviving Renekton, at least.
We're going to see top captured up. Skarner taking down Wukong. A little bit of a retribution kill for himself there, as Wukong was able to take him out earlier. Good cap here by Sam on the bottom. It looks like they may be able to get them. No! He star called. Renekton goes down. Awesome, and they are going to be able to grab Boneyard back into their favor. Now it is 3 to 2 points, but that top refinery is being contested right now by the purple team. Malphite taking quite a bit of damage, and Soraka is not there to help this time. Good job by Eve taking out Malphite. They are able to now focus onto Yorick, but he does have a double, and it is helping him out quite a bit right now. Eve is just kind of using the turret here. Is trying to do what he can to prevent the capture, but also poke Yorick so he can't sustain in lane, because that's one of his best abilities. Can try to keep him out of there, because now she is forced to go back, grab that health relic, and she is losing health onto that. And those minions are actually going to neutralize the point. Very persistent efforts here by George to do this. Fruit Strike doing a great job of determination on that refinery.
Yep, and there's the harassment unit from Sivir. Sivir will stop that. The Ignite goes off. York's not really dying in a particular way. Oh, there comes more of the team. Malphite trying to pick this one up. Will pick up that kill. Wukong, though, in the mix, has picked up Evelyn, is now going for this Sivir, and Sivir taking a lot of damage. Oh, that's a good dodge, and he will not be able to chase into the base, so she will survive. But it's going to be a good catch for Purple team. It's 2 to 2 right now, but it's about to be 3 to 2 in Purple's favor.
Indeed, we are going to see Malphite going up top. We'll see what items he has on himself, and he does not have any items to help him capture points faster, that is. And he is just going to be capturing this at regular speed. He, however, has quite a big minion wave behind him, and that will help. You'll see how fast this goes now as these minions get on it. Bam, just absolutely increasing exponentially. That top point is now Windmill to Purple team, and they have 3 to 1. That top refinery is neutralized in favor of the Purple team, but it looks like Eve is going to take that down and hopefully stop some of the bleeding that the Purple team is now actually forced onto Blue.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see Renekton trying to get away from Teemo. Teemo's going to get another capture for himself. Renekton, the problem is he's pure melee, so, oh, nice. Yeah. He uses that Summoner Garrison. So Garrison does regenerate that. So when you have the Summoner spell, it force blocks that first channel, and then it regenerates and attacks faster. You can see Teemo taking a lot of pain right there, and it buys enough time for Evelyn to show up. So Evelyn is trying to chase down on the Teemo. Of course, Teemo does move quick. Looks like she will not completely chase that one. Malphite does defend top point. That one's still theirs. Ruin's coming by. Got to do a nice amount of damage. That will be a kill. He's going to start channeling and get that one back for himself. So, hey, overall, the blue team's about to start turning those one back around 3 to 2. But, nope, York shows up, exhaust onto him. But he's still chasing quite well right here. And,
should be able to grab this. And maybe a twisted advance to stop him. He has that health. He does have actually a heal up for his next cast, so that's going to help him out quite a bit. You can see his glowing hand. And Yorick going for the ultimate. It is a 2v2 situation now, but not so much. Can't really control the other one as well during a double team fight. So it's going to be Yorick taking a hit there as Ghost is going to do some damage, though. He may be able to take out Maokai. The twisted advance. Looks like they will be able to shut it down, and he finally makes it out alive.
Yep, so he just barely surprised that one's going to be okay there. You can see Sivir running around. New capture point objective. So again, bottom left, bottom right. That is the quarry and the boneyard. And again, whoever takes the enemy point first, the purple team captures the Quarry or blue team captures the Boneyard, you get 20 free Nexus damage, and your team gets a buff for 10% bonus damage on everyone for a couple of minutes or so, actually.
Indeed.
And there we go, a lot of pain. We're gonna, oh man, Teemo getting jumped by Evelyn. Evelyn's gonna try to get that. Yes, stops him in time. No health really picked up, and now she's pretty much alone. York's gonna come down and try to stop her, but that's gonna be a real nice advantage. You can see a big team fight left hand side. Looks like Wukong trying to get away. Evelyn will be forced back by Yorick, so he's gonna be safe there. But overall, blue team's up 3-2 on capture points.
So this actually is something I haven't encountered in game, and hopefully we can tell the audience. Can you capture in stealth? And there's the answer right there. Actually, Eve coming out of stealth as she went to capture, so you cannot. That'd probably be a little imba.
A little bit. I would think that would be overpowered.
Looks like she's going to get taken out here. Teemo going to put the blinding dart on, and that's not going to be too good for any of the AD or right-click auto attacks. From Eve, she goes down that Nexus. That capture point is able to creep back up to full health. Skarner in the middle trying to run around and find somebody breaking line of sight in any of these team fights. But it looks like everybody is actually on the right side of the map right now, just kind of hugging those 2 points. A 3-2 capture as blue team tries to just tick down on that purple Nexus, doing a good amount of damage. They brought it within 150 points, and still, that's really anybody's game. It sounds like a lot. The average game is 20 minutes, and it's going to go down to 0 by that time, and it could actually be the purple teams.
Yep, that's very, very true. Redacted going to pick up another health relic, trying to get away from this team. Boomer's going to try to go for the capture there. It is 2-2 right now, so it's a tied-up game. No Nexi are taking down right now just from capture point control, but they're going for this channel. York again spamming down onto Evelyn. It's down. It's basically a third controlled for green, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot. Blue team going to go for it, but there's the neutralize the bottom left. Great job by purple. They're doing a lot of damage here, and they're almost done with the capture too. So this is going to be, yep, it's going to be theirs.
You know, that's something really good. I'm looking at Renekton. He has that GA, something that's very helpful in lane, especially when people notice that they have to go to another point after a fight. You're going to be able to come back with more than they have, more mana, more everything, and that really, this lane sustain is what you need at this point in the game. You're getting a little bit hurt here. You're down by 2 points. It's 106 to 292. You know, purple team doing a very good job of recouping every time something goes wrong. Eve doing a little bit of a backdoor capture here. Very nice job. She is going to be able to grab Drill. Boneyard is wide open for the taking, but it looks like there's quite a fight going on at the quarry, and it looks like Sivir is forced to back off as this point is still in capture favor of purple. Good amount of damage coming from the minions onto Soraka, as 3-2 still. Capture point being fought up top. 2 captures to 1 here. Maokai trying to throw some sapling out between Teemo and Yorick, but it looks like Teemo will be able to shut this one down and bring it back into purple's favor.
Yeah, this is pretty good stuff. Wukong doing a great job top left. Yeah, the windmill.
Great split.
Yeah, they're taking every point of the map right now. It's going to be 3-2. A good advantage picked up there by purple. Going to stop low poly count. That one's still controlled. Blue team should be able to stop this one. A great heal from Soraka, and here comes the damage output. That is actually a lot. So they're going to go for this channel. Now they're going to try to get this point back in their favor. There's the neutralize. Back to 2-2. Make sure that Skarner needs to stop Wukong, but that should be available. And again, blue team, you know, yeah, they're down by about 200 Nexus health, but they're winning in capture points, so they will slowly start getting ahead. You're going to see this game really start going back towards their favor, get closer and closer. Skarner, though, going to start losing to Malphite and Yorick, not in a great place for that. 2 kills picked up on purple team. Looks like, wow, the neutralize the left-hand side, not happiness. Going to have to get that one picked back up. The neutralize in the bottom right, pretty good for blue team, though, so not too trouble with this yet. But everyone is dead. Skarner does drop down, so it's basically a 3v0. Top middle, that windmill is definitely going to be grabbed. Soraka's going to actually be able to grab the bottom right as well. That Boneyard is going to be purple teams, and it's going to go back to the advantage for them, 93 to 260.
Yeah, not looking too good right now. One of those objectives needs to pop up for the other team here. Blue is really in need of some points, in need of that 20 Nexus damage on the purple team from getting the quest. A pretty good wave up top, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and stop. They do not continue on. That new wave will start from the top, as you see, and continue towards the next capture point after they take it. Yep. So we see Teemo going back around, can't capture that point, but he did set down some mushrooms. Very nice, just able to, you know, hit 1 or 2 people or even 3 as they go to capture point and shut them down for that time so you can get there. Here we got a team fight up top. Looks like we got an exhaust onto Sivir, and she will go down. Poly count falls to the ground by the hands of Yorick, and it's going to be Skarner taking down Teemo. Oh man, just back and forth fighting. going to be a Yorick versus a Skarner right now. There's a lot of defense going on. The minion almost shutting where there's no health on this capture point right now, but it has not been neutralized. They're able to just bring it back in his favor. The turret still would have attacked, but he's able to get a little health in there, and now you can see it start to tick back up slowly as they continue to fight back by the health relic of the windmill. Bottom left quarry, a little action down there. Looks like Wukong getting ignited. Finally, Yorick. No, Sam's still alive. Yorick and Skarner going at it for the last 30 seconds. Skarner's still alive. Yorick managing to stay alive as well. And wow, done after that fight.
Yeah,
just too much.
The Skarner, he's got Spellvamp and he's got his Fracture. Yep. A lot of health helps him sustain in this fight and get back in. You can see he's regained about a fifth of his health so far. Pretty nice there. And we see Sivir and Renekton going for this capture point. They got to get it before Teemo stops them. They might. Yes, okay, they bring that back to 2-3. Only 33 Nexus health left. They're going to go for the neutralize. Maokai is on it. They will get the neutralize, so they're going to start getting in much better shape. 32 to 245. Skarner trying to get away. This Malphite, rather scary dude. Another Fracture. Actually, that one whiffs, and they've got the capture point, so it's now 3 to 2. They're taken down on the enemy team. Malphite's going to blow him up right here. Yeah, that's a kill. Goodbye, Crystal Skeleton. But, you know, they've got it 3 to 2. And actually, their push at the bottom right is pretty strong. They're doing some good damage here. They certainly neutralized that point. So it's 3 to 1. They took it down the Nexus pretty quick. Wow. The Nexus hitting pretty hard. The Soraka's staying alive just barely. Minions. Minions helping. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think they're going to drop down, and yeah, Wu-Tang's going to help out, and that will not quite be the pickup. The ult is still on Renekton, but that is going to be a death right there. It's going to be a re-neutralize and a recapture. So we're going to stop Malphite. 3 to 2 though, still the situation. It's 32 to 210, but it's going in the favor of the 32. They're doing more and more damage, so.
Looks like we're going to get some buff grabs here in the middle. Malphite wants to stop that from happening, and he will stop the channel. It just works like a capture point. If you get hit while trying to channel that buff in the middle of the map, you will be stopped. Wow, an Ignite onto Malphite is just eating through his HP, and the damage being done as well from Eve and Skarner here as they force through. Looks like Malphite will go down to the fight, but he gets a nice shard off onto Eve with a Q, taking her out. Skarner able to take down Malphite. A little retribution kill there for Eve as they make their way out of middle. Not too much focus on the points right now. Everybody's getting a little fight happy. We're going to have to see how this turns the game, and that's exactly what Blue wants, though. They don't want Purple to be focusing on points right now. They kind of want to keep him in there, poking at the fight, keep him interested in those kills.
I just want to put it that AP Soraka is 10-6 and 3, or 10-6 and 13 rather. So AP Soraka doing some pretty good stuff right there. This is of course that new Soraka doing lots of damage with Star Call. Yeah, just pushing through. Skarner going to do a fair amount of pain to this Yorick. Now running away from 2, but Soraka's coming by. That's going to be some nice heals, tops him off. And here comes the Q spam. Mark's going to try to, actually doesn't seem to manage to channel onto it, so he's taking some damage. Looks like Skarner not in a good place either. Getting shoved around Malphite and Evelyn. That's still been neutralized, and Eve's going to go for this one, doing some pretty good damage here, actually. Looks like she's pretty much hybrid, has Rage Blade, but gets exhausted, and that's going to be a not happy Evelyn. In fact, does drop down. Malphite's going to get the gold for that one, but it's still 3 to 1, 3 to 2. That health has not gone down for the last 2 minutes. They've been 32 forever, and they've now dropped it down to 140 from 260 or so. So there's still, and a great pull right there. Yorick stuck in the middle of the space now. Samdo not in a happy place. They're taking a lot of damage. He needs to keep using that Fracture and that Spell Vamp. Get himself back into this game. Of course, Soraka sustained, rather powerful, 389 health picked up there. And that's just kind of happiness. So.
Yeah, doing a great job, Sam, keeping himself alive there. Now they know there's 2 at that point. They're a little bit more hesitant to go after it. You know, Yorick doesn't have really anything to steal HP from now, and there's 1 hit. It's going to give him a little bit back. He still has Soraka on his back, and it looks like they will be able to take out Skarner here. Skarner makes it under the turret. Maokai goes down, though, and he says, you know what, I'll take the hit. It looks like they could be taking that one as well. Eve coming up to at least stop the channel, but she can only hit 1 of them. Great job by Fruit Strike for being on the west side of that point capture, and he really wasn't able to be affected by that too much. The minions doing so much damage. They are going to neutralize this point, and it looks like it will be free for anybody to capture here. Both Drill and Boneyard are in favor. Actually, the 2 points on either side are in the respective favors of Blue and Purple, so it's all about this windmill right now as the team fights for it. But Yorick coming out on top of that fight is able to pull it in the favor. 3 to 2 in favor of Purple. Not looking good for the blue team.
Yeah, and I think Skarner made a mistake jumping into that fight so early. Evelyn was coming by, and he jumped in and died. He didn't stop the neutralize anyway, so it's not like he did much. But if he waited until Evelyn showed up and bursted down Sirach, he could have come in a little bit later. Maybe spread that damage out a little bit more. A lot of kill trades going off. Wukong picking up 2 more, but the looks like the windmill's going to go back to its blue team favorite. Now, can Evelyn stop him in time? She should be able to at least stop the capture. It's only 21 capture points right now, only 21 Nexus health, so you know, it's not going down right now. It's 2-2 with a nullify. Now it's going to be 3-2. And so they're bringing it closer. She's still taking damage. It's still a little bit scary, but she's bringing it closer. She's stealth. There's the Q going off. Gets a good stun there, but Wukong immediately pops his ultimate, picks that one up, and now Sivir coming by. Got a pop her ult. The Q comes off, and yep, they're going to keep that point alive. So it's still 3-2, and it's ticking down to 1-0-2. Blue team holding on by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, this is that last moment, the zone defense. Don't leave the point if you don't have to. And I think, you know, Borns is going to play up top. Maokai is very strong on that. Has a lot of HP. Got the sustain for health. And it looks like they may. Teemo getting over there with the speed. Yorick is there as well. And the neutralize does not tick down on the purple side. Nobody's going to take points or take a hit on their Nexus at this time, I should say. But it could be very detrimental if they grab this point. It's going to tick down quite quickly, and they need to be grabbing one right now to prevent at least a loss of 10 points, because you're going to be losing points while you're trying to capture the enemy teams. Sam's going to try to do that right now. Yorick coming back, but it's going to be a valiant effort here as Yorick just tries to shut them down. He has so many ghouls to just use, and they're going to be able to keep hitting numerous targets.
Yeah, and here's the fight on this point. This is going to determine who even has a chance to stay in this game, or if Purple Team will just win. A lot of damage coming off right here. Oh, there's 1 death. There's 2 deaths. That's going to be pretty much GG. Sivir trying to ninja cap the top right, but it's down to 4 Nexus health. There's too many points controlled right now, I think. 3. And wow, yep, Malphite comes over. 2 Nexus health, 0 health, and there is GG. Looks like Blue Team going to lose their Nexus. Purple picking that one up.
Purple Team coming back too strong.
Game 5 goes to Purple. That's 3-2 for them on the day.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. That's how it happens.
Yeah. So who was the star player there, you think?
Oh, wow. There was a lot of really good players. I think Skarner did a really good job of just in and out gameplay. Kept himself alive in lane a long time, and that's one of the hugest things. Renekton made sure he was always in a fight. Although they're on the bottom, they were doing a lot to just play on the mentality of the other team. You know, it's physical. You use your hands, but there's a lot of mental and strategy involved in this game, obviously. You have to have your team comp. You have to work together. There's a lot of roots and stuns you can use. You obviously, just like on Summoner's Rift, you don't want to use them all at once. You want to be able to facilitate a hold on your point for as long as possible, and their team is built of that. A great job by Yorick on the other side. Fruit Strike doing a great job. Wukong came out really big a few times against Skarner actually being so tanky, and Teemo with the back captures. Teemo and Yorick doing a great job of, you know, the backdoor capture, as we call it. Yep,
and we're actually going to be jumping into our 6th and final game very, very soon. I believe it's Pirates versus Ninjas, if I heard that right. And so the teams will be choosing the skins and champions that correspond to the correct side of that. And as they filter, they're going to get that one pretty much shipped off right away. So, you know, I'm in the custom game lobby. We have 7 of the players in so far. Riv's in here as well, of course. We got 3 more guys to join, and then they'll be picking their champions, locking in, and it'll be go time. That should be quite awesome.
This will be really cool. Swain will be cool to see. I like that. We're going to see a Swain, Misfortune, Rumble, Gangplank for our pirate team, most likely.
Yeah.
And who
Fiddle's
else?
in there.
Fiddle, yes. Fiddle me Timbers.
You can also count Misfortune.
Yeah, I said it.
Oh, okay. I was like not paying close attention.
Indeed.
Whenever you talk, I zone you out, or tune you out, rather. Whenever Cass goes, I'm just like, when is he gonna? Okay, period. Good.
Go.
My turn. Yeah. And that's how I cast at all times. I just wait for my co-host to stop.
My
so
cue.
I can keep. Yeah. Sometimes my W.
Yeah. It's good.
You get it. You get it. Yeah, that was a pun. Okay.
Funny.
I know, I'm hilarious.
I've actually got some team strategy talking going on
they're
here by
huddling
Purple
around,
Team.
like, saying, oh, guys, no. Okay, no, we've got to pick the pirate champions. We got to pick the pirates. Okay, so we need a Fiddlesticks, and then we need a Gangplank. Gangplank's crucial. I don't think you can even run pirate team without Gangplank. Even if there were more pirate skins, you're not allowed.
He's the original.
There's Pirate Katarina.
Isn't he? Well, he's not the original.
He is the original pirate.
MF wasn't first?
Pirate was way first.
All right.
People call him pirate.
This is true. It is just called pirate. Like,
he's got a real
it's
title.
It's
but people
like
call him
tissue.
pirate.
They just call it Kleenex.
Yeah.
Kleenex.
Yeah.
It's pirate.
It's actually backwards, though. Because you're using a general term to apply to a specific person instead of a specific term to apply to a general situation. You're actually backwards.
I was just generalizing.
Okay, but you did it wrong. You basically used the worst possible example, actually.
The best.
No, that was actually the worst. It's okay, though. I forgive you. So it seems like they're pretty much done with their strategy huddles. They're sitting back down to their computers. We will be getting the last 2 players into this game very, very shortly. We're going to be kicking this one out as soon as we have the players into the game. So what's your prediction here? Pirates versus Ninjas, who's going to win?
I think the Pirates just have more utility overall. I mean, the Ninjas are really bursty, but the Pirates can become really, really tanky. I mean, you have Akali and Kennen that are pretty tanky casters. They can get pretty healthy at the end of a game, and everybody, as we said, with the aura around the map, they can beef up quite quickly, so we've added the armor penetration and magic penetration. So, I don't know. I think Pirates in general become a more tanky team towards the end of the game and have really high damage output.
Okay.
Because you got MF, you can get the Bloodthirster on her. You're going to have Gangplank critting his face off, parlaying people.
Cool.
Yeah.
And we do have the players into the game, so we should get this one started up right away. I don't know, like, you've got such a great, fast, jumping team, so they're going to go through, they're going to, toss out their bands that, Urgot, Pantheon, not ninjas, not pirates. Just going to get those bands out of the way, making sure that...
Urgot's not a ninja?
I was thinking, yeah, we are. Yeah, so you can see Lux also not a ninja, for what that's worth. So Isfire getting the first pick, and yes, so he's going to be Pirate Rumble. So there we go. So blue team is going to be Pirates, purple team going to be Ninjas. So purple team, they're up 3-2. They're technically the stronger team. Does that color your thoughts?
Yes.
Okay.
Colored. Inside the lines.
But you said Pirates are going to win, but the quote-unquote stronger team is Ninjas.
I was just kidding. I was playing you.
Well, I know, but
I was
still
doing the
reiterating.
I think Pirates are going to win.
Okay.
Wow, they went for Katarina.
Regardless of
stealing a ninja away. So stealing a ninja away to put on the pirate costume.
Pirate Cat.
Yeah, Pirate Cat. So we'll
Ninja Rammus, I forgot.
Ninja Rammus. Awesome.
I forgot about that.
Wow,
skin.
so okay, I lied. The tank is going to waver here, and it's going to be huge. So the damage output on the left and tank on the right.
Yep.
So we'll have to see really how this is all mitigated.
And actually, I find Katarina to be an exceptionally strong champion on the map as well. Because you get so many more kills, that passive ticks a lot. And it's not so much for the gold, it's not, huge, but you basically ult in a team fight, then the ult's off cooldown again, and you kill someone else. And and because you get a lot of gold income, you can get that first gunblade like 15 minutes in, and then you're basically in a situation where as long as you count stuns, and the thing is, the only stuns there are situational from Aurelia, Shen taunt, Rammus taunt, and like situational from Kennen. Basically, you're just kind of like, okay, did Rammus press E? Great, ult. And like, dudes die. And it works pretty well. And of course, you're also not doing 5v5s, so you can kind of self-select into the fights where you're not fighting stunners. Do I 1v1 bot versus Kog'Maw and just win? Or do I go top? Do we try to do a 2v2 split where we take 2 guys bot, and then, Kat, does or doesn't pull a stunner? If she does, maybe she'll go top instead, and she'll go part of the threes team. And you can do cool things, even specifically with Katarina.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they can bring out here on the Crystal Scar. We're going to get started here in 10 seconds.
Yep.
Colt Hallam is going to be playing Aurelia. We have an Akali, Shen, Rammus, and the Kennen for your ninja team. As I said before, we got the Rumble. We got an MF. Katarina has been pulled over to the Pirate team. She's changing roles. She does have a Pirate side with Gangplank and Fiddle Me Timbers, and this game is going to be going live right now. It's going to be amazing. So not really too much movement speed off the bat. They do have a Rammus on the purple side, but there's no real bust to be given. There's no Blood Boil. There's no Sona on the map to throw around some speed. So we're going to have to see what they do.